Hello, bro. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Happy weekend.
Same to you, bro. The international break has kept us.
It kept us afar, and we thank God for EPL coming back from
Yes,
the
yes.
international break. Good game from the boys. We saw what happened between Argentina and Brazil. We saw England and Nigeria also. We can't forget our country, even if they didn't do us very well.
Disappointing us.
Yeah, but they did great. So back to EPL again and the weekend and La Liga and Bundesliga. So welcome back. Nice to
It's
see you.
always keeping fans at the edge of their seats.
Yeah.
Obviously. Okay, now let's talk about today's Premier League opener since returning from the international break, and that's the game between two lions. That's Manchester City and Liverpool. An interesting game, and Haaland scoring the only goal for Man City, and of course Trent Alexander-Arnold equalizing for the Liverpool side. So, can I get your thoughts on this matchup today, starting this Premier League day?
It's a good one from both sides. We know coming from last season and previous season before now, we always saw that Liverpool is always giving Man City that huge blow, even at the dying. We saw Salah's goal last season,
Yeah,
where
last season.
where what he did to Cancelo, and I think that was a big shocker for the side. And coming into this season, first time the guys are meeting for this season, and yeah, coming from their previous game into this one, we saw Man City doing 4-4 to Chelsea, away at Chelsea, and we saw Liverpool doing their thing also. So we expected both teams coming with so much energy, even after the international break. And yeah, it was a good game, very entertaining. Though it was a bit one-sided. I believe both teams came with their own game plan. Yeah, we saw Man City, their normal routine, having more of a possession, trying to detect the play of the game and all of that. While we have Liverpool coming with counter-attacks, using the flanks and the speed. So a good one, good goal from Ireland. Even though we saw Nunes missing few chances at the opening of the game, we also saw a good equalizer from Alexander Arnold. So good game from the side. I believe both coaches will be like, yeah, we did great. And if as an Arsenal fan, I would say good one because both teams dropped points, so the league table is still fresh.
So, talking about the dropping of points, do you think it's going to have a significant effect on a team like Man City? Because their last match going into the international break, they drew 4-4 at Stamford Bridge, and then coming from the international break, playing against a strong side like Liverpool, and they still drew. And that's how many points dropped. So, how do you see this significantly affecting them?
Well, honestly, it's not for one team because every team are fighting to be at the top of the table. It's a race to get the league. So every point, every game is important. Try as much as possible not to lose. The points could be that significant to clinch that title. So coming into this one, yeah, maybe a big blow for Man City. Oh, they'll be like, oh yeah, we lost another 2 points going after this game with just 1 point. But I think Pep will look at the game and be like, yeah, it's not a bad one. His player did exceptionally well from the defense to the attack. Even the goalkeeper made some exceptional saves, and even you could see his ball play, which is what every other team is looking for. A good keeper that has a good leg work. But yeah, dropping points. Like I always say, coming into this one, this is not a good time for us to say, oh, dropping points is going to be a big issue. Let's see what January is going to, because from now to December we have loads of game cleaned up, and everybody definitely is going to drop points at one point or another. So for you, just gather the little that you can, try as much as possible not to lose, then pick up from there up to the next one.
Yeah, all right. So moving on from there, now let me ask you, what do you feel that, apart from this matchup, we still have some games coming up, which is Newcastle facing Chelsea, and of course Brentford taking on Arsenal and the rest. So what do you really feel some of these teams need to do? Because when you see some teams like last season that were having challenges, when they come against the big side, they're always performing. Then these small teams, per se, which they come and they find it difficult to get points from them, and you see it affecting them at the end of the season. So what do you really feel that teams of the caliber of Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham and the rest, what do you really feel they need, including your club Arsenal, what do you really feel they need to do to be able to, maintain momentum?
Well, truth is, if you tell for this season, there's one thing that has actually given the top teams. Chelsea is a top team, no doubt, even though they have been lagging behind last season and all of that, and previous season before. But coming into this season, we find Chelsea giving the top teams up there a run for their money. Looking at Arsenal game, even looking at the Tottenham game and Man City game, we thought that Chelsea was going to draw points and all of that. But truth is, we find that Chelsea are losing to the smaller teams, which is not supposed to be. So now for teams like Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool, Tottenham, they're doing the jobs against this smaller side, getting the 3 points and like mining the points coming up. And when they play against each other, it's more like, okay, winner takes all, or we share the points and all of that. So I feel what these teams need to do when you face this smaller side, if that's what I should call them, when you face this smaller side, clinch the 3 point, try as much as possible to get the 3 points from them. Then when you play your pairs like the likes of Man City playing Man U, Chelsea playing Arsenal, and Liverpool, Tottenham, and likes like that. So that's what we're going to look at. So Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, those teams need to like clinch these points from the smaller team.
All right. Before I let you go, interestingly, we have, like I said earlier, Newcastle, Chelsea coming up, and of course Brentford versus Arsenal FC. So, what do you really make out of these games? What do you really think will be the outcome of Newcastle's game against Chelsea, and of course Brentford, Arsenal? What do you predict?
Coming into this one, it's going to be a tough one for both sides. The Chelsea Newcastle game rather. It's going to be a tough one. We know Newcastle won Arsenal in the last game, which it's there's a lot of controversy coming into that one. But Newcastle are home, so I would say 2-1. Newcastle to win. Yeah, in favor of Newcastle. Then for Arsenal, Brentford, Arsenal playing away. Raya not in goal, so we have Ramsdale back in the goalpost. Odegaard is back, Gabriel Jesus is back. So for me, I see this game as a 3-1 game in favor of Arsenal. So
All right, let's see how it goes. Thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate you. Stay tuned.